Hey guys, welcome back to Breakthrough Kitchen. Today I'm showing you guys how I make these strawberry cupcakes. If you're into strawberry cupcakes that have no food coloring, they're all natural, homemade, check this video out. I use no food coloring, no store-bought strawberry flavoring. As you can see, I whipped out my, what is that thing called? My stovetop and I have a bunch of strawberries. These were frozen because I ended up making this video later than I anticipated and I didn't want my strawberries to go bad, but I just threw them on my pan with some butter and now they are slowly defrosting and melting away. I'm using this potato masher to sort of mash them up and get them to the consistency that I want. I don't want them like super liquidy. I still want some bits and pieces in there, but I don't want huge pieces, you know? So I also add some sugar and you're gonna see me add some lemon zest to this as well, just to bring out that strawberry flavor. And it makes it so good. I ended up using not that much for this entire recipe. A little bit of this goes such a long way. It's so packed with flavor and color. So I had a bunch left over that I could use for a future recipe, and so that was great. So check out that recipe too for the strawberry puree if you're interested. I'm going to link it down below. This is me adding some lemon juice just to preserve it for a little bit. And once that's all done, I turned off the heat. I put it to the side, and I'm pouring all the puree into this bowl. And you'll see some nice shots of that too. Okay, now back to the strawberry cupcakes. I let the puree cool just a little bit. Now what I'm going to do is take out a pretty big bowl, put my butter in there, and with my whisk, I'm going to just try to cream that up a little bit. This was not fridge cold, but it wasn't room temperature cold, so it was a little bit harder for me to get it to the consistency that I needed to be at. So for the best and easiest results with this recipe, make sure that your butter is room temperature. So once I have it creamy enough to my liking, I add my sugar. My egg just rolled away, as you can see. I add my sugar. I mix that all together until it's nice and creamy and all incorporated. And now I'm going to put this to the side once I'm done whipping it up. I whipped it up for quite some time, I guess. Now for my dry ingredients, I'm putting my flour with my baking powder, my baking soda, and my salt. And then I'm going to go back to my wet ingredients, add my egg, mix that all up. Once that's all mixed up, I'm going to add my milk. I used almond milk because that's just what I always have in my house, but you can use cow's milk, oat milk, you know, whatever milk you have. Now at this point, I am going to add my dry ingredients to my wet ingredients, and I'm going to make sure everything is nice and soaky and great by sifting it all in. I love to sift my dry ingredients into my wet ingredients because you make sure there's no big bubbles of flour. It just makes it taste so much better in my opinion. So after I have that all mixed in, I'm going to pour in my sour cream and my strawberry puree. Now watch how this color works. It's better than food coloring. It's all natural. There's so much flavor in there. It's not some nasty artificial food coloring. It's amazing. So I love how just a couple spoonfuls of strawberry makes this look so cute. So now I'm using an ice cream scooper to pour the batter into my cake tins, and I'm smashing it up to make sure there's no air bubbles, and I'm going to throw that into the oven preheated at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm going to throw it in for about 18 minutes. Now while that's in the oven, I'm going to work on my frosting, my strawberry frosting. I'm mixing up the butter just the way I did earlier. I'm going to make sure it is nice and creamy. I'm using a hand mixer because that's what I have at hand. I would have used a whisk, but that would have taken me so long. So once I have it nice and creamy, I'm adding my powdered sugar a little bit at a time. You're gonna see how it turns out, nice and fluffy. And once I get it to that consistency, I also added salt here. Once I get it to that consistency, I'm going to add in the strawberry puree. And once again, you're gonna see that amazing color. Just from a couple spoonfuls of strawberry puree, it's going to go from chalky white to a nice pink strawberry color. It is so good. It has some of those strawberry chunks in there, and it's delicious. Now, I think I added just a little bit more of powdered sugar just to get it to the consistency that I wanted it to be. And then I go ahead and scrape the little head thing right there. I scrape the sides and I get this ready for piping onto my cupcakes, my favorite part personally. So now I'm going to take my cupcakes out of the oven. I also made like a little cake with what was left over. I'm going to take it out of my cake tins and I'm going to let them cool for a little bit while I finish up the frosting. I guess I added a little bit of cream cheese. Cream cheese frosting can never go wrong with strawberry flavor. It also made the frosting a little bit thicker and easier to work with and pipe. So now I am going to pipe this. I'm going to pour this frosting into a piping bag, and then I'm going to get it ready to frost these cupcakes. I'm so excited. Now, this is just my favorite part. I think it's so satisfying watching and even piping cupcakes. This was a little hectic because the little piping tip was getting stuck with all those little strawberry bits, but nonetheless, it is still my favorite part. I think they came out looking amazing. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Bye!